Hey guys, Zach King here with a Motion 3 tutorial. For this tutorial, I'm actually just going to go over some basics of Motion again. In this, I'm actually just going to focus on text though. So if you have Motion 2, it's still going to be compatible. I'm just using text. It's in all the Motion series. I'm just using Motion 3 here. So let's jump in. I have a text up here. And when you open Motion, you get the interface. We went through that before. Your text tool is up here. You can also press T to get that. Press it and it gets a little, pointer. So I'm going to press somewhere on the screen and type in something Final Cut King, or let's see this, finalcutking.com. I'm going to press the arrow button, which is up here, your select tool, and it takes your whole text and makes it a nice clean box around it, so you can drag this and move it around. Put it up in a corner or whatever. You can also rotate it there. So what I'm going to do now is got it selected here, and if you have a lot of text going on or other objects and you can't select it, Apple 4, also known as your project pane, which you can also get by coming up to this button right here. It's right here, Apple 4, and you see my text is under this group. I can name the group text if I want. Text. And now I have Final Cut King here. I select it, and there we go. Here, let me duplicate this, and so you can see different kinds. If I say, let's type in Zach King. So you can see up here, it actually updated my text. It says Zach King, and this says Final Cut King. If I select Final Cut, it selects the text, and here I am selecting Zach King. I'm going to delete that right now. Press delete key, it goes away. Simple enough. Okay, so select finalcutking.com. Oops, I just grabbed it. Okay, so when you're in this, when this project pane comes up, make sure you select your canvas and hit Shift Z, which shows the entire canvas. So if you have full screen, I'm in widescreen right now, but you want to make sure you're looking at your whole thing. That's a mistake a lot of people make, and they'll end up exporting and they'll be like, whoa, I had a whole corner over there. Some reason, I had all this extra space, and that's because you didn't hit Shift Z and you weren't looking at the whole project. So I got Final Cut King here. I can do a bunch of things. Opacity, that's simple enough, moves down. Blend mode, we can get into that later. We need other objects to show what those do. Here's where you can change your type. I'm going to hit Walt Disney script, and you can see if I bring the size up, it's Final Cut King, Walt Disney. I can change the color here by selecting this box, and when I do that, this color wheel comes up and it has all these options. I can make it a red, green. I'm going to make it a light green, and you can see that's nice. You can actually preview my colors right there. Say I just want the K though to be a certain color. I can select it, hit the color wheel, and make that red. And I can make the C purple, and I can select the F and make it blue. So Final Cut King, different colors. And I want the .com to be white. And if you like certain colors, you can say I like that green, drag it down and replace it somewhere. I like this orange, or let's go with an orange or red. I can drag that and put it in a color, so I have that saved. So now I got this funky colored text. Pretty nice. I can still go in and change the font to whatever I like. Cool. Now let's play a little bit with, here, let me put this something you can read, Final Cut King. Let's play around with the tracking here. If I pull the tracking to a high number, it spreads out everything. I've gone through that a little bit in Final Cut, and I can also squeeze everything together and go backwards. So that looks fine right there. Line spacing, if I have another line of text, so if I come down here and say Zach King in the same box, So you can see it's in the same box. I can take my spacing and move Zach up into Final Cut King or push it lower. In this case, I'll just keep it regular. I can also make my alignment center, in which I'll have to move it over, center there, or I can do it right. It'll jump over here. Okay, so there's tracking. If I want tracking just to affect Zach King, select it. Or that's line spacing, but line tracking can just affect Zach King. So it's very, in motion you have complete control over all your text, even though it's in the same layer. If you come to your inspector up here, let me select out here, you actually have a lot more options, a lot more detailed stuff you can go into. You can change a ton of things. Slant, that's pretty neat. And remember, you can keyframe all these as well. Coming over to this button, pressing it, add keyframe. If I move it out here, I'm also going to record though, and then say I want this up, I want the slants, I'm going to make the size lower, and I move it to the middle. Now watch what's going to happen. When I play it, it's rendering really slow. Yeah, it's dying. But you can export that and see what that would look like. So you get a ton of effects you can use. I can't go through all those right now because there's so many. You just gotta try them out for yourself. So I hope that gets you started with text in Motion 2 and Motion 3, and you know, in the next tutorial I'll go over objects in text and how we can do those blend modes. So hope that helped you guys, and I'll see you later.